Hi. So I just popped into my YouTube comments, and the first thing I saw was the Andromeda's question saying, "Hi, Akvila, do you think that the record keepers exist?" And straight up, I'm like, that's a great video or a little conversation. But yeah, record keepers. Of course, I don't know what you, Andromedan, mean by your definition, but the way I understand it is that each and every one of us, as conscious beings, we record everything, absolutely everything. And what I mean is, it's not just what you're conscious of, but also unconscious. Like from the very birth, and even before you were born here on Earth, everything that happens around you, you are recording that information, whether you're aware of it or not. It's like the sounds, the things that are happening around you, even the conversations. While right now you might not pay attention and it all sounds muffled or gibberish to you, or you're not even paying attention, like you don't care, you're just minding your own business. But there are people as you walk on the street or as you drive by who are talking on their phones or having kind of conversations at a cafe, and it's all being recorded. Everything, the smells at every single point of your life, all the feelings and what your body feels like, even the wind and everything around you, it's all recorded. And it's not just the little details about this world that are important, but basically, if you have ever practiced the past life regression, just trying to recall what you have experienced before being here on Earth, you will see that you can actually get a lot of memories back. Everything that you was being recorded is there, and you can access it. Where you call it the Akashic records, your consciousness, or whatever, the thing is, you have experienced it all. So you can recall everything you have experienced. Even, let's say, when your physical body dies and you get out of here from Earth, you can decide to, like, hey, it's time to remember or recall what we have experienced before. And you can access those things. You can sort of make a decision and look at the things you might want to confront, remember, look at, think about, and I'll bring up all this information. But at the same time, for some people, it might be too much. Like, it really depends on what you want to know, feel, understand, see, and like perceive exactly. Like perception and like what you're looking at that moment is very important, because just in general, like, yeah, I want to know about my past life. If you're not being specific, you can recall a lot of stuff, and it might not necessarily serve you. For example, right now, you might have some phobias in life, or you might have things that trigger you. And when you talk about past lives and just recalling something, doesn't matter what, and when you're not being specific, a lot of times we're going to recall things that are very close to incidents that really hurt us, because those are the key moments that sort of shape our beingness, shapes us, and like the decisions we've had at the time, the pain we have felt, the unconsciousness, and the things that were around us working as a program affects us and how we are right now. Even a lot of those agreements, like you can look at yourself and the things that get in the way in your life that might seem like limitations. Maybe some of you are looking for permissions in life. Like, you want to do something, you feel it's the right thing to do. You feel like, like, hey, I kind of want to be outside a box. I feel like I can give more, but I need someone to allow me to do it, or like give that, yeah, it's possible. And you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I knew it. And then you go do it. But that little last word of someone saying, yes, you can do it. Yes, you're allowed. Yes, it is possible. If that's the last kick you need and that's the program, you're like going to stop yourself a lot. For some people, it's going to be relationships. Just talking to that girl or the guy, having the conversation, confronting them, or you finally get to meet them and you stop being yourself. You act like some idiot. You misspeak. You like you're not yourself. You start shaking and missing words, and you get all brain fog and everything else. Like, for some people, they have that case, but like there's a lot of those things that surround us. So it really depends what you want to do with the information from your past, because everything that you have ever experienced within your life and all around you, it's recorded within you. It's just your consciousness. And all of these answers, are within you. Every question you ask, all the answers are within. You just have to pull for it. Like you just have to get it out. Like I'm no smarter than you. I'm no smarter than anyone. I just like, hey, well, when I ask the question, I'm sort of like just reaching deep within, because me, like you and everyone else around us that is conscious, we've had a bunch of lives and a bunch of experience, and we know a lot. And a lot of the things we need to understand, we need to know, it's all within you. All the answers you need in your life are within you, and that's where you reach. Instead of looking for someone else for that, let's say, knowledge or the answer that you require, it's all within. And I'm not saying you should stop listening to everyone else and they are all wrong, but you can get that answer and you're like, yeah, that confirms what I know or what I believe in, because it was already within you at some point. So anyway, I think like the key for you, like as we talk about like us, we being like record keepers, do they exist? The main point is, reaching for that information and getting it. And I would just say you have to ask yourself like specific questions. And, like, am I healthy? That's a very general question, because what is health and how healthy is healthy? And like, it's all relative. So you have to be very specific. But, when you ask like for specific things, like, for me, let's say, what is it right now that I can share with the public on YouTube? And like what would be the best message, or the thing that some people need to hear right now that I can like share on YouTube on this video? That would be the thing. And like this whole even message where like all the answers, all the information is within you, is the thing. And to reach out to it, besides a specific question, is to learn to listen to it and to listen to yourself. Because the very first answer, the very first thought, the feeling, you have to practice listening and understanding and taking that. You might feel your intuition. For example, you have this little situation and should I do this or that? And you kind of had like your head, or let's say this first thought, the first feeling was go with that. But then the logic came in and everything else, and that overwhelming sense of that one. And then you notice that the other one was right one. So that little doubt and that overwhelming like turn off, like let's go there instead. That's what you look at. That's what you have to like learn. That very first feeling, very first thought is the true you. Like even like like who was I before coming here on Earth? Right before the previous like life before coming here on Earth. Soul family. That's how many of them do you have? For example, like some of the abilities you can have, the most important memories that could help you here on Earth, for example, you just like, of course, depends on what you need, because some of you might not want to remember a lot of things, but only specifics that would help you here, for example, or when you leave this place, or beliefs and understanding and abilities and knowledge that would help you in the afterlife and stuff. So like really depends. But ask yourself the question, leave yourself in that silence where you can like maybe be by yourself for a while, where you don't have things coming at you, where you don't have your attention going sideways. Put your phone away. For me, I like water. I really love water. So let's say if I'm in a bath and like I'm just focusing, it's just a good way to get out of body. It's a good way to get information and just access what I have within. Some people might like fire, so they're sitting next to the campfire, just like yay, like nice smell, the warmth and everything else. They can get that. You might just sit on your couch and you might just like, oh, this is comfortable, and you just go deep within. For example, like relax and think of yourself like, hey, what is it that I need to know right now at this moment? What can help? And you even like, you can sort of put your hand onto your body and just sort of think of the personality. Like if you were the warrior, if you were the healer, if you were a being that can manifest and create everything, if you were a being that knew it all, where is that sense coming from? Let's say the all-knowing, well, it's somewhere here, or maybe the lover, well, it's here. And you just like think of that personality, the beingness that would be good for you, that you would like to have, or maybe you were at some point. Give that beingness the name so that you would know what you're addressing. And once you do that, sort of like, where would it be within your body? Where is this sense coming from? And when you find that spot, ask yourself the question, something that matters to you. what is it you need to know, remember, what do you need to do at this time? And, like use that as the guidance, like learn to reach like within and get it all of yourself, because everything you need to know is within you already. And you're just remembering as you're in this life doing tons of things, you are remembering things and it's helping you. Some of the things need to be more physical. Some of the things might need to be more like, let's say, like verbal, like you listen to it and you smell it and like, oh my God, the smell. And it just triggers you. Like you're walking in the forest and you're like, where's the flowers or the pine trees or something else? Like, oh, wow. For me, like was really amazing because like I was a kid, I didn't know much about the world, but I saw the Sequoia Park on TV and I'm like, wow, it would be amazing to travel to the other side of the world and just go and just be there. And it happened like later in my life, like, I don't know, like I was 20, 19, like somewhere there, and I got to do it. Like, oh my God, it was amazing. For me, the senses, the energy, the smells, the feeling brought up so much of who I was in my past lives and things like that would just like help me in life. It's just like remembering things. So exploring this life, learning to reach within and exploring and finding things that would help you remember is important. So, don't forget to play. That would be the thing. But yeah, take your time. Think of the questions that would help you to guide yourself to get what you want, get what you need, and learn to reach within to get all the answers and then apply that. So anyway, it's just a quickie, not specific, kind of like general little topic, but anyway, hope you like it and I'll see you next time.